Welcome to channel The Golden Goal. We will bring you the fastest, latest news about the day of the ball world. Take the subscribe and press the bell button to see the next videos.
Callum Hudson-Odoi, Jadon Sancho, Phil Foden, are England youngsters getting the minutes they need? 2 decades from the last All-English Premier League 11, are England's promising youngsters starting to get the minutes they need? Wednesday marks 20 years since the last All-English starting 11 took to the field in a Premier League game. On February 27, 1999, John Gregory's Aston Villa lost 4-1 to Coventry, with 14 Englishmen featuring. On this anniversary, and with English football experiencing a renaissance of gifted young talent, Nick Grounds looks at whether England's emerging players are getting enough game time at the highest level. Callum Hudson-Odoi has featured in the headlines regularly throughout the course of this season. And with good reason. His displays pass the eye test, and it's clear he is a prodigious talent. But is he getting enough game time? The Chelsea forward has played a grand total of 15 games in all competitions, with 7 of those starts. This, on the surface, does not appear too alarming for an 18-year-old coming through at a top 6 club. But just 4 Premier League appearances, all from the substitutes bench, give a totally different complexion. Hudson-Odoi's headlines have been more to do with his lack of playing time, rather than for his displays on the pitch, while a proposed January move to Bayern Munich featured prominently in the recent transfer window. There is no hard and fast way of plotting a route for England's young players to get more game time. Clearly each player needs to be treated in isolation. Sancho saw his first team opportunities limited at City, so like several other young English players, swapped England for Germany. Everton's Ademola Lookman also enjoyed a loan spell at RB Leipzig in 2017-18. Reece Oxford has spent the last 2 seasons in the Bundesliga, while Arsenal's Reiss Nelson has featured 22 times on loan at Hoffenheim in 2018-19. But what if they wanted to remain in England, and specifically in the Premier League? There are opportunities afforded by some clubs, 3 in particular. Despite inconsistencies, and sacking their manager Claude Puel over the weekend, Leicester are a beacon for young English talent. With Chelsea banned from registering players for 2 transfer windows after being found guilty of breaching FIFA rules about signing minors, they could be tempted to promote young talent. The ban may afford increased minutes for England's Hudson-Odoi and Ruben Loftus-Cheek, while Wales' talented young player Ethan Ampadu could also profit. But 20 years on from the last All-English Premier League side, it is clear we may never see a repeat of that Aston Villa team again. And with England's talented crop of young players waiting in the wings, it remains to be seen whether they are afforded the opportunity to realize their full potential in their country's top flight. Mohamed Salah says ending Liverpool's title drought more important than individual records. Mohamed Salah insists ending Liverpool's 29-year title drought means more to him than any individual accolades. The Egyptian has the opportunity to become the fastest player in Premier League history to score 50 goals, if he can find the net in his 64th appearance for the club against Watford on Wednesday, or his 65th appearance, which is likely to come in Sunday's Merseyside derby against Everton at Goodison Park, live on Sky Sports. The current record is held by the Premier League's all-time leading goalscorer, Alan Shearer, who reached the milestone in 66 games. Salah would like to break that record, but is more focused on ensuring Liverpool remain at the top of the table at the end of a difficult 8 days, which will have seen them play 3 times, including 2 away against their 2 biggest traditional rivals, Manchester United and Everton. Salah told Liverpool's official matchday program, "It would be nice to score number 50, number 51 and 52. I always push myself to score more goals and to perform better. Of course records are nice, but for me the Premier League is now the most important thing. It is a very big week. There are 3 games in 8 days, and if we can do well in them and still be top of the table, that's big for us. After that there will only be 9 games left, and we will have time to recover for them and time to think about that." Salah has flourished under Liverpool boss Jurgen Klopp since his £39.5 million move from Roma in the summer of 2017. He won the Premier League's Golden Boot in his debut season at Anfield, scoring 32 goals. Klopp has deployed him more centrally at times this season, and he is again top of the goal-scoring charts, alongside Sergio Aguero with 17 goals. but he still sees himself as a winger rather than a traditional striker. I have played at center forward a lot this season, but I still also play as a winger and have scored many goals as a winger, he said. I don't like to brand myself a number 9 because the way I play, it's never like I hold the ball and am always physically strong. As a striker I have to drop deep to get the ball and go past the players, so even when I play as a 9, my position is a different type of game to many center forwards. Kepa Arrizabalaga, Chelsea boss Sarri not decided if goalkeeper will start against Spurs. Chelsea manager Maurizio Sarri says he does not want to kill goalkeeper Kepa Arrizabalaga, but has not yet decided if the Spaniard will start against Tottenham on Wednesday. The 24-year-old has apologized and was fined a week's wages for refusing to be substituted during Sunday's Carabao Cup final defeat by Manchester City. I have to decide if he will play, maybe yes, maybe not, Sarri said. He made a really big mistake. For me it's finished. The Italian added, I spoke with Kepa. Then we spoke all together, because he said sorry to the technical staff, but it was not enough. Then he said sorry to his teammates, to the club. I think he made a big mistake, but we need to be bigger. We don't want to kill him. Asked if Kepa not starting against Tottenham at Stamford Bridge would be a punishment or a tactical decision, the 60-year-old said, it will be a decision for the good of the group. For all the players. He, Kepa, has to be mentally ready to play. He made a mistake. A big mistake. There are some consequences. If the consequence is to play, he has to be ready to play. If the consequence is the bench, he has to be ready to go to the bench. Kepa, the Chelsea club record £71 million signing, defied Sarri's attempt to substitute him for Willy Caballero before City won on penalties. The Italian appeared furious and walked down the tunnel before quickly returning, and after the match said the incident had been a misunderstanding. Asked if he was disappointed some other players did not take control of the situation, Sarri said, it was really a very unusual situation, so I think the players were really very shocked. It was impossible to react immediately. Captain Cesar Azpilicueta was criticized for not intervening in the situation at Wembley, and Sarri said, the captain spoke to me immediately after the match. Then he spoke with Kepa. Yesterday we spoke all together. The situation is really very clear in the dressing room. Arsenal transfer news, £60 million midfielder lined up after rejecting Liverpool. Arsenal are reportedly ready to enter the race to sign long-term Liverpool target Piotr Zielinski. Liverpool had a bid rejected for the Polish midfielder in 2016 when he was at Udinese. Zielinski has since progressed to become a key player at Napoli, impressing this season under Carlo Ancelotti. There were suggestions that he spoke to Jurgen Klopp recently, and although they were denied, Zielinski remains on Liverpool's radar. But reports in Italy suggest Arsenal are also keeping tabs on the 24-year-old ahead of the transfer window reopening in the summer. Miguel Almiron's agent has revealed his client rejected a January move to Arsenal because they didn't want him permanently. Attacking midfielder Almiron turned down the Gunners to join relegation candidates Newcastle in a club record £21 million move from MLS outfit Atlanta United. His agent Daniel Campos has admitted Manchester United failed to offer a deal while Unai Emery would only sign his men on a loan deal. Denis Suarez has insisted he wants to become an important player for Arsenal, as he hints that he would like to stay at the Gunners permanently. Midfielder Suarez joined Arsenal on loan from Barcelona in January on a deal until the end of the season. My aim is to be a success here, perform well and feel important, Suarez told the Arsenal's YouTube channel. I'd like to become an important player at the club. I joined Arsenal to get a lot of playing time, to be an important player and feel important.